When you're collecting seed for peppers, it can be as easy as going to the store and picking up some peppers. And when you cut them open, there are literally hundreds of seeds. And you might be paying maybe $3 for a pepper when it's fresh for an organic pepper. And if you were to buy organic seeds, you would buy maybe 25 seeds in a package, and it would cost well over $5 for those seeds. So, all right, so growing food from seed here on the off-grid homestead. I don't use electricity to do this process, and I have just recently changed to using recycled packaging for this process. I used to use the seed trays with the cells in them, but that takes a really long time to get your holes ready, put your seed in, and then cover it up. So this way, I just put a layer of soil, I spread my seeds out, and then I can just cover the seeds with the soil, and then all the seeds can germinate together. We are stuck in April with the snow, and so since I lost some of my peppers over the last couple of months, I am regerminating now. And since germination does not require light, I can just keep these guys next to the fire. While these guys are growing into little plants, I get their soil ready, and since the soil is a little bit clayey, I mix sand into it. After running it through the sifter, that's my product, and I put it into 4-inch pots. Now, when the plants are little babies, I can separate them carefully into their 4-inch pots. I actually love this little Chinese spoon for gardening. I can use both ends to separate little seedlings carefully, and it works great for digging their new hole and everything. So that's my little secret tool for gardening small. All right, so now that I've got these little babies carefully separated, I have to transplant them. Just like that. After transplanting just the red bell peppers, I have hundreds of plants. And you can see the other half of the container, I still have some orange bell peppers to go. Now, I got these seeds just from purchasing peppers from the discounted bin in the organic grocery store. So I used organic seed, and I paid a discounted price. I got hundreds of seeds for just a couple bucks. Make sure when you water them in to be careful, keep the water level low, and go around them so that the plants don't fall over. You can see the water is draining right through with that sand. Before transplanting anything into direct sunlight from a greenhouse, you want to introduce it slowly using some dappled shade. A few hours will do the trick. We use 2 site-sourced amendments for our soil now: Azolla caroliniana from our pond and compost that we create here on the homestead. The compost has the worms, and the Azolla is the food for the worms. Okay, so when we get to planting these pepper plants here, what we're going to be doing is digging the hole, putting the soil from the hole onto the bed to increase the soil level, and then we're going to put the pepper plant in there and use compost to fill the hole with the transplanted pepper. So we've got our plant Here our pepper plant, and it's got some chickweed coming in at the bottom there. Chickweed is a really good green compost. So I'm just going to leave it, and then I'll bury it in with the plant. So we want to tease those roots so that they know it's okay to start growing out and about. They're no longer in a pot. We're going to plant that in there and just leave that chickweed. It's fine. It's a great green compost. And then we'll get a scoop of compost. Put it in there. Another scoop. Put it in there, and we're done. Right? So now that pepper plant is going to be stoked, just like all the rest. And all the worms in the soil are going to be stoked, which is why the peppers are going to be stoked. All right, so I've got that to do for all of these pepper plants. Food security begins with us. We can garden no matter where we are. My situation, I am gardening not only for my own home, but I'm gardening for the community as I provide to the local grocery store and to the local food hub. So gardening not only provides me with healthy food, but it provides me with healthy activity and fresh air. So I challenge you to count my squats throughout this time-lapse photography here. All right, so we're here in the pepper row and we are about halfway through, and each day when it gets too hot I just stop. That's how you got to do it sometimes when you're just the only person doing the garden, right? And you want to take care of yourself. You can't overdo it. All right, so these last couple days have been getting to be 101 in temperature, and that's just too hot for me. So in addition to all the squats that I'm getting in here, I'm also getting in an arm workout with the shoveling, and I'm filling up the wheelbarrow and wheeling it back and forth to the garden. So as far as extending the season goes, you can see that as I'm transplanting these 4-inch pepper plants that started in a juice container by the fire, they are relatively large when they're getting transplanted into the ground. So they don't have too much catching up to do, and in just a few short days they will be much greener and they'll be adding new growth. Since our weather did not permit me to plant my peppers in the ground until late June, so we ended up with peppers in July, but as you can see, they're not little teeny babies. They're ready to start producing peppers, and I still have the rest of July and August and September, and then once we get the cover on here, we'll be able to go through October and November. With germinating these seeds way back in February and March and April, we were able to extend their season and plant such large plants. So I went through and I counted how many rows I have, and there are 79 rows with 4 peppers per row. One row actually has 2 peppers. So calculate that. How many peppers do I have in the ground, guys? 79 times 4 minus 2. The answer to that math question is 314 pepper plants, which means that I got 314 squats in during the process of transplanting all these peppers. Isn't that fantastic? And I didn't have to pay to go to a gym to do those squats. I was growing my food. And look at how beautiful they are. Boom, straight out of the 4-inch pots. So there we're looking at bell peppers, red mostly, and here these are orange bell peppers. And then we have some anjali Thai red hot chilies. And look at them. They are loving it. Already putting out peppers. And here we have sweet mini peppers. And these are yellow mini. And then we've got red mini over here. And then here at the orange tag, we have orange minis. And then I didn't have enough space, so I planted the remaining yellow minis along with the jalapenos. So past this yellow tag, we've got jalapenos. I planted the yellow minis with the jalapenos this year because last year I had the red minis next to the jalapenos, and when the jalapenos are ripe and their seeds are ready to collect, they turn red. I could have gotten confused between the two plants had I not had the tags there. The red minis and the jalapenos can look quite similar sometimes. Okay, so the last step of these peppers is to provide them with support. We've got some peppers coming on the plants now, and that's going to make them very heavy, top heavy, and they're going to want to fall and the branches are going to start cracking. So these bamboo posts, they last the longest for me, and I just got a round of 250. I have 315 peppers here, so I'm gonna need some more, but it's a start. So let's get going on these bamboo posts. I'm gonna just put them in the ground now, and then I'm gonna strap them to the post. So we're done here. It looks like I got like 300 stakes because I have 15 plants unstaked and we have 314 plants here. So awesome on that deal. And next step is to strap them all to the stakes. So it's getting too hot now, too hot even for naked gardening. So it's time to get my watering on. All right, so that's how I extend the season for my peppers around here. And I hope that I helped you out in being able to extend your season and see what kinds of things that you can do. Let me know in the comments how your garden grows. And if you like this video, please like it and please subscribe to our channel. Have a great day, everybody.